the thing that's been helping alts is Bitcoin dominance. And I answered the question as thoroughly as I could in the Discord the other day. You guys asked, like, well, hold on, Bitcoin dominance is down. Why are alts not doing so well? Well, it's more like an impact lever. That's the best way we can look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance, of course, says how much market share belongs to Bitcoin out of the entire crypto market. So we know the total market's worth 2.25 trillion. So of that, Bitcoin owns 58.42% of that. Now, when we see crypto move, generally, right, moves together. Most of the time, you're going to see Bitcoin up, alts are up, Bitcoin down, alts are down. We're going to use Bitcoin dominance as an impact lever of what kind of reaction we're going to see out of alts based on the total crypto behavior. So if Bitcoin's up, likely the alts are up as well. So in that instance where the market is bullish, if dominance is up, it's going to favor Bitcoin. You're going to see a heavier impact on price to the upside for Bitcoin. If dominance is down while crypto is up, you're going to see alts generally outperforming Bitcoin, at least while dominance remains down. Now, the opposite of that is that when we see crypto bearish, which we've seen, of course, crypto correcting as a whole, Bitcoin is down and dominance is up for Bitcoin, you are going to see alts impacted more heavily, meaning they're going to sell off more heavily. And what we're seeing right now, which is the best case scenario you can have for alts right now, given that Bitcoin has been selling off, is that dominance has been down, meaning that there is still net outflow from the crypto market. And it doesn't mean it's cycling binary back and forth between crypto and the altcoin market, but it means that the impact of outflow has been lessened because of the drop in dominance, meaning that there's a heavier net outflow out of Bitcoin than there is out of the altcoin market. Okay, so this is actually a great scenario for us as far as alts not getting beat up as much as they could right now. They could really be taking a much bigger whooping compared to what we've seen. So let's move on to Bitcoin here, which hasn't seen a relief rally yet at all. It's been basically the last 3 days of down candles. When we take a look at those Heikenashis, we've now working on our second bearish Heikenashi candle with no upper wicking. That's something that we need to pay attention to here and hope that we start producing something that has some upper wicking to it. Next daily candle being a doji in here. Want to start to see some settlement and some weakness out of this trend that's forming here on the Heikenashis on the daily. So as far as kind of our distributive structure in here, this was that head and shoulder structure, neckline. We've got the break below there. We pretty much completed what I would consider to be like the necessary measured move in here from the top of the head and shoulder structure in here. One thing that we haven't done is retested firmly that neckline in there, which is right around 74 to 75K. So at this point, maybe we wick down to like 62, 65, 4K. Maybe that needs to happen in here, but I think that we've broken heavily below that pivot zone, which was an important support level. If I was a short seller, I would not be shorting from here. I'd want a better entry at 74, 75K. So some of the reaction we're seeing in alts right now, even though Bitcoin is down on the day, you're seeing a couple alts actually still flurry here and seeing a little bit of a relief rally, which is what Bitcoin needs to do at this point. We're overdue for a relief rally given the break of structure at 74K. All right. So I have a hard time right now being bearish at these levels. Remember that the 200 week here is right around 61.5, 61.6. We have reacted very nicely above the 200 week here, just shyly above it here in February of this year. And we haven't tested it for many, many months prior to this. So, these things are aligning very closely here. And, on the daily, we're very oversold on RSI. Illustrated this on YouTube as well. That will be out later today. You guys can see that we're very oversold territory on RSI. Last time we were down here at this level was kind of over here in February. We created this nasty little interaction here and these tweezers. Didn't mean that we went up immediately the next day, but it meant the bottom had already been started forming and we started the bottom start to sit in there. So would not expect any different of a reaction here and expect at least a move towards 74, 75K here on Bitcoin, which would also be closely a test closer to that 50-day moving average. All right.